Yes, what is happening, everyone? Welcome back to GAA Fan TV, and we are here for the match reaction of Dublin's 117 to 4 points victory over Meath in the Leinster final. A ninth successive Leinster title for Dublin. That is indeed a record across all provincial championships. So huge congratulations to Dublin. They done what was expected today. They really turned up, specifically in the second half. Not so much in the first half, but in the second half, Dublin showed up, got the job done, and of course ran through winners with their ninth successive Leinster title. Of course, guys, first of all, if you are new around here, do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of the game. And of course, yeah, lads, let's jump straight into it. Of course, yeah, it was a strange game in many respects, specifically in that first half. It looked like no side really wanted to win it in the opening 20 to 30 minutes. I don't think there was a score until the 20th minute or something like that. It was a very crazy and strange game in many respects. Dublin certainly didn't come out of the gates the way we expected. Meath looked good early on in terms of defence, but certainly going forward, they just really didn't believe in themselves as much as they should have. Certainly going forward, the likes of Ben Brennan, Michael Newman certainly didn't have their best games as what you'd expect from a Meath side. And for me, the opportunities were there. Meath hit 12 wides in total in this game, which shows you that they did have an opportunity. And if they had created some more chances on top of that, and at least converted, 50 to 60% of their opportunities, they may well have, stopped Dublin more in the process and had more belief and potentially got something from this game. I was impressed with Meath's defence in the first half. They kept Dublin out very well. They marshalled Cormac Costello very well, who's probably been Dublin's standout player so far this year. I think Paul Mannion as well. I think they kept great tabs on keeping him out. Of course, they did give away the penalty. Of course, Paul Mannion missed it. But of course, in the end, it didn't make much of a difference. But of course, in that first half, Meath done well to some respect defensively. But, look, listen, it wasn't like they played in a blanket defence system or anything like that. But it was very much that they were doing good defensively. They were doing a lot better than what we expected, closing down challenges, preventing Dublin, from kicking easy scores. But if you're doing that kind of work defensively, you need to be taking your points up at the other end, and they weren't doing that. Missing easy free kicks, easy chances. Certainly the pressure got the best of them. It is a young Meath side. I believe they'll learn a lot from this. I've seen a lot of people giving Meath stick online, and on the Sunday game they were saying a couple of things about them as well. For me personally, look, listen, Meath haven't been to a Leinster final, I think, since 2014, if I'm correct. So look, listen, they've made it to a Leinster final. They're moving in the right direction. They made it to the League or Division 2 final as well, gaining promotion, and they will be a contender to get into the Super 8s. I've no doubt in my mind about that. So, look, listen, Meath have a lot to be proud about. But in that second half, of course, if we get back into speaking about that, Dublin just pulled away, didn't they? Dean Rock, who came on, he really took his opportunity. I think that's a big difference about Dublin and a lot of these other counties is you have players that can come off the bench that are probably, not having the best season, not really getting into the team, but they show up for this specific moment, because they know that they have to take their opportunity to get back in the team. And Dean Rock was superb. He controlled the midfield. He was just absolutely outstanding, took a couple of points along the way. Jack McCaffrey looked very lively as well for Dublin. We know his pace and his power is always, very helpful for this Dublin side. And again, he was very good. And of course, Conor O'Callaghan got himself a goal right at the death as well, which just kind of put the icing on the cake. But certainly for Dublin, it was very much a kind of a warm-up game in many respects. I expected more from Meath, but we just didn't quite get it. And it is a bit disappointing from a GAA perspective. Obviously, I am a Dublin fan, but I would have loved to see a more competitive game, a much more closer game. And certainly, for Meath, you wonder what this will do for their confidence now going into the qualifiers, trying to get into the Super 8. So certainly Meath have a lot of work to do to really push on and make it through to that Super 8s. They let themselves down, in my opinion, today. They had a lot of chances. Look, listen, no one's expecting me to beat Dublin, in all honesty. But those easy chances, you've got to be hitting more than 4 points. That's pretty poor. I think that's probably one of the lowest returns I've seen. To be perfectly honest with you, from a team in a provincial final, I can't think of a team that's hit less points. So, look, listen, guys, Meath, we expect them to very much push on. Go into that final qualifier. There's still some sides in there that if they were to get drawn against, that they could beat. A lot will depend on that draw. I think that draw is today or tomorrow by the time this video is released. So we will see, of course, what happens. For Dublin, they march on to the Super 8, still the favourites for the All-Ireland. And look, listen, maybe Donegal might be their closest challengers, but certainly at the moment, Dublin are looking very, very good. But of course, guys, this is going to be the end of the video. Do let me know down in the comments below what you thought of the game. And yeah, Dublin go marching on. I'll talk to you all next time.